everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. A bit of a different one for me and Bunny today. We are going to jump straight in and we are going to look at our brand new Clean and Simple range, the Precious Peonies. We're going to go straight over to the board so you can see exactly what is in the collection. Now, Bunny's got these ready for us. So you can see here exactly what you get in this collection. So you obviously it's clean and simple. So you've got your card base, you've got your mats, you've got your layers, and you've got that lovely aperture in the center. Well, it's just off the center for this one. And then you've got your gorgeous flowers in here as well. They're so pretty. Every time I see these flowers, they make me think of faces. Do you know, because of the film where you see them with the faces in, that's what it makes me think of straight away. You've got tabs in here as well that you can use. They're going to be perfect for all of your sentiments, your flowers, your butterflies, and your pot as well. And then you can see you've got your florals in 2 different colorways with this one, plus the decoupage as well. They are so detailed and so easy to use. Perfect for this time of year as well. But I also think all year round you could add these into different floral collections too. They are so pretty, incredibly detailed. And then you also get in here the stamps to go with the collection too. So you can see you've got floral stamps in here and you've got your sentiments in there as well. You've got lovely sentiments from birthday wishes, well done, good luck, enjoy your day, with love, thinking of you, happy anniversary, so sorry, and just to say. Plus you've got your butterflies there and your flowers to add in. So you could easily add those into the background of your flowers or just make your own backgrounds with them too. And then we also have a extra pack of our papers, the Verdigra papers. These are 250822 if you want to get these, and these are 14.99. I gotta say, I think these are like my new favorite. The color in these it's like the perfect color green. It'll go with so many collections you have already or that are going to come up. It's such a lovely green color, and with that matte finish as well, it just looks it looks really expensive. It just looks absolutely lovely. So perfect cardstock in there. And then we are going to show you as well some of our DT samples too. So Bunny's got these here ready for us. You can see how some of the design team have brought these together. And you can see they're using the aperture to build the florals in, or using the aperture just to add the sentiment. You can really mix and match these flowers and build your own little flower displays with these as well. And you can see that different colorways, using the purples, using the yellows, adding in the butterfly. They look so pretty, and you don't have to worry about the aperture as well. I will show you, but the aperture is in the die, so you don't need to worry about trying to place the aperture. That's already built into the die for you. And look at that, just using the card base and the mat there is so pretty in different colorways. Mix the flowers together as well, it looks so pretty. And the little vase there on the bottom. So think of other flowers as well you could use these for. And then look at this one then. So you got your stepper card with the florals built in. They just look so pretty, don't they? And they're so easy to bring together. You don't have to worry about finding the right card base. Everything is in there for you. You've got your card base, your mats and layers, and your floral and your sentiments. So you've got everything covered with this kit. The only thing you need to bring in is an ink pad and a acrylic block for your stamps, and then everything is included for you. You've even got foam pads in there. But I will go through everything in a bit more detail in a minute. But just to show you the samples there, look how different they look. They're so pretty, aren't they? They're really like joyful looking cards on them. So I'm just going to grab quickly so I can show you the kit. Obviously it is the Clean and Simple, so it does come in your lovely case. So you've got your storage covered in there. Then your dies, so you can see when you pop these off, you don't have to worry about the aperture. It's in the die for you. So that is built in. So you can have this you can move it round, so you don't have to have the aperture one way, but it's built in, so you don't have to worry about trying to tape it in or trying to measure where it goes. And it's the same then with your next one. So even when you mat and lay these on top of each other, you've got it in the exact perfect place every single time. So you've got your dies, obviously they're going to be there stored away for you. And then you've got your cardstock tucked in there. Like I said, the most beautiful green, and you've got your blush. And then you've got your stamps in there as well. And then you've also got, I've pulled mine out because obviously I'm going to use them now, but you've also got your foam tape and your foam pads as well. And you get those in different sizes to use. And they will just sit in there. So you've got everything in there in your storage ready to go. So you can make the most pretty cards using everything. Like I said, the only thing you need to add in is an ink pad for your stamps and an acrylic block to put them on. But let's jump in to a demo. I'll just move that out of the way. So let's start off. Oh, and before I actually start the demo, I'm just going to let you know that obviously we're a bit late with this show. Dom wasn't very well on, was it Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday. So hopefully Dawn's feeling much better now. But you know, we've done this. Obviously, as you can tell, it's a little bit different from from us today, just so to make sure we got a show in for you guys. But already 50% of the stock of this has gone, so it has been really, really popular. Now, like I said, your mats, everything is included. So you're going to start off with that outside die first, and this is going to give us the card shape. So, and I've done this in that lovely green. So before we came on air, I was panicking because I needed to find a Friday glue, and yes, I did. So I'm sticking with it. I still, even from Wales, I still managed to use the right day glue. Right, so we're going to stick that one on there. Then you're going to go in with your next die then, so size down, and you can see then that is going to sit on there absolutely perfectly. So let's pop some foam tape on there so we can raise these up. So I'm just going to go in with the tape from the kit. So like I said, if you've, maybe this is going to be your first time trying doing die cutting. We had, I know when we went to the NEC, we had so many people that got some of the Clean and Simple ranges because it was actually their first time trying die cutting. So it's such a lovely one to get, or maybe a gift for somebody. It's perfect for beginners, or a gift, you know, if maybe you know somebody who's into crafting, they like die cutting, but you're not really sure what type of dies they like. This just covers so much because you can mix. The nice thing with Clean and Simple is because you get the card base and you get the layers with the apertures, there's nothing stopping you using this with absolutely every other die collection that you have, because all you've got, if you took away the flowers, you have got a perfect card. Now we're going to put that on there as well, but you could change that into a wedding card, a Christmas card, an Easter card. You've got a card with a perfect aperture that looks really interesting straight away before you've even done anything. And all you've done, so whenever I do these, I always cut two at the same time. So if I'm using the green, I'll cut the large die, then miss a die and cut the next one. So I've done 2 passes of my die cutting machine and I've got a card that looks like that. So they're just so easy to use and they look so incredibly effective. Oh, and Bunny's just told me we're now almost at 60% now. So you are all loving this just as much as me. I really like this cardstock. I think this is going to be my new go-to cardstock. It's really lovely, and it's matte as well. So like the stamps in the collection, the flowers and the butterflies, if you wanted to stamp onto that and maybe make like a butterfly background or use the florals for a background, you could absolutely do that with that because it's matte. The ink will just sit on there and you'll be able to stamp onto there perfectly. Oh. Right, let's put that there. So we've got just using the matte and layers, obviously I've already stamped happy anniversary there. So using the stamp in the collection. But all I've done is use the foam pads and the matte and layers, and that to me just looks, I could quite happily stamp that in there, put it that way, and that be the card, and it looks so elegant and classy and really lovely. Obviously we're going to go in with some more. Let's go in now with some of our flowers. They're so pretty, aren't they? And they are so deep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come close to enough to see her. Yeah, they are so vibrant. They are absolutely incredible. Really, really pretty. We're going to add these in. Now, before I add them in, I'm going to put my pot on the bottom first. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of shape. Let's grab. Oh, Bunny's just said it seems very country garden. I do get what you mean, country garden. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Bunny says with the label shape and the paper. It does. It's really pretty. But I love when I see it like that, it makes me think of like the last wedding I went to. It was that was kind of like the color of the bridesmaids, and that was like the theme. And that's kind of what it makes me. It almost makes me think of like bridal or engagement style. But you could use it in so many ways, couldn't you? It could even be Christmas with the green. And then let's add this one in. I went to the shops yesterday and they had Christmas stuff in, Christmas decorations. I didn't either. At first, I was like, oh, Christmas, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's not even September. It's like Christmas. Yeah, but yeah, I was in the shop yesterday and they had Christmas decorations. They didn't have loads, mind, I will add, but yeah, they had a selection of Christmas decorations. I was not prepared for. Right, so let's add that in there. And then you've also got Bunny, I'm gonna ask you now, what are these called? Oh, it's lavender. There you go. That just goes to show how awful I am with with flowers, doesn't it? Yes, Bunny is saying yes. Yes, she's saying yes, it is. Oh, but she is gonna double check. Right, let me just grab. Right, so you've got these. Now these can be decoupaged on top of each other, I think, can they? But what I'm going to use these for is I'm going to tuck these in and around just to build up the almost like the bouquet of the flowers. So I just want to build them up. Oh, and Bunny's just confirmed that yes, it is lavender. There you go. I feel quite ashamed that I didn't know. So Bunny's saying that it's an easy one. I should have known, but yeah, she still had to say it to make sure. To be fair, though, I feel like, oh, I don't know. I'm not very good at flowers. I need to get better. Although I do feel that I have got better a little bit. Yeah, well, yes, but I think only because Bunny's just asked me if I knew that they were pansies. But I think I only knew that because of the film. Like there's a yeah, there's like a cartoon, isn't it, where the face is. I think so. I think that's the only reason I knew that. But I still knew, so every day is a school day, yes. Right now, the florals, you can see, look, you can build look how detailed that looks. That is just the decoupage, and they look incredible. The artwork on these looks amazing with that purple and then that yellow that just blends into them so easy, which would be incredibly hard to do if you were trying to color these yourselves with like alcohol pens. So, and obviously we don't have to think about that. Your artwork is available on the website, completely free of charge to download. So you could even be downloading that right now, ready, printing them off, ready for when your kit comes. You've got the QR code there. So you can scan the QR code, that'll take you straight onto the website. It'll show you the Clean and Simple kit. And if you scroll down, then it'll also have downloads there as well. So you can download this now, ready for when your collection comes. But you can see just as quick and easy as that, how you can build up the most, for me, clean and simple is really elegant. It's clean, crisp, but it is so effective and it just looks absolutely amazing. So you can see that building those up all from the Clean and Simple Precious Peonies kit, which don't forget does come in that storage box there for you as well. I think we're going to jump straight in to another demo. Let me grab. Oh yeah, you can still. We are doing a show, obviously a little bit different today, but Bunny is there. She can still read out all your messages, all of your comments. If you want to message in, say hello, tell us what you're up to this weekend. Bank holiday weekend this weekend. Are you doing anything nice? What are you crafting with this weekend? Anything at all? Oh, Jenny West has messaged in saying good afternoon. Afternoon, Jenny. Right, so I'm going to start off with the base exactly the same. Okay, so I've cut out two of that base in that lovely green. I do love this color. It's so pretty. And then we're going to go in with our next layer in the blush. This is Blush Natural, one of my absolute favorite cardstocks. We do have packs of the Blush Natural on the website as well, if you want to get more of them. It's such a subtle difference in the color from like a white cardstock, but it makes such a difference. Do you know, if you are somebody that struggles, hang on, if you are somebody that struggles with white space, or sometimes you make something and you think, oh, it looks too plain or it looks too harsh, this will just tone it down. Like if I put that there, so this is our smooth cardstock. So you can see the difference when you pop it onto a card. Like if I just put that there, it's so much softer and it's got that bit of warmth to it. So it's not as harsh on your eye. If I put that there, so can you see how it's, maybe you do want white, but having that in, it just makes such a difference. If anybody said to me, I really struggle with white space, or doing more of a plain and simple style card, that would be my top tip, would be to first try something like Blush Natural and do the exact same card that you've been trying to make with white cardstock, but do it in this, and it will make a world of difference because it just warms it up. So we've done that. Now for this one, so I've done the next layer in green. I'm going to stick some foam on the back of this, but we're going to stick the flowers in before we do this next bit. So I'm just going to add these in. So again, I'm using that roll that comes in the kit. Okay, so I'm not using anything that doesn't come in the collection. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge here. And you'll see why in a minute. And a little bit there. Right, and then I'm just going to lift the ones off around here. Do you know, I've just thought, Bunny, I'm pulling all these off and I'm just chucking them being on the desk next to me. And I'm the one that's going to have to tidy them up. Yeah, you need to send the cleaner fairies down, don't you? Now I've got the flower, and remember I've only pulled the tape off the back of these ones. I'm going to put that down about there. So I'm just going to press it down like that, and then I'm going to turn this one the other way around, and then I'm going to do the same there like that. So now those flowers are in that aperture, so you can see that's cutting out. So I'm just going to put my scissors under there, cut that little bit out. Let's get rid of that. And now I'm going to pull the back off there, and then before I stick this down, just those bits of tape that I've covered over, I'm going to put some glue on there. And then the ones in the center, I'm going to put some glue on them as well, because I want them to stick to the cardstock underneath, so they really look as if they are under that aperture. So now when I put this, should we do it this way? Oh yes, I feel like we should do it that way. So if I put that down, and then I'm just going to use my tweezers, and all I'm going to do is push those flowers down. So now they look as if they are in the aperture. So it's just another way of showing you what you could do with that. And then before we put the next layer on, we need a sentiment. So let's grab our sentiment sheet. Would you like pick a sentiment, Bunny? Enjoy your day. Let's go with that. I think that's a good Friday sentiment, that is. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. Now, when you get these home, first of all, before you stamp anything, you might want to just put a bit of ink onto there and stamp onto some like copier paper or just some card you've thrown in the bin. Only because the manufacturing process of stamps is sometimes leaves a residue on there. So your first stamp might be not perfect. It has nothing to do with the stamp. You just need to stamp it to get that excess residue off before you go on to like, your card. That's all. Exactly the same with any stamps that you get. Now I'm going to use this green. It was the closest green I had that I felt matched the cardstock, and this one is the Distress Oxide Peeled Paint, if anybody wants to know. So we are going to stamp this. So I'll just add a bit of ink onto there, and then I'm going to stamp that right down the bottom there. So we've got enjoy your day. Just put a lid on that. Make everything turn green. So that was just the closest green I had that I felt matched. Obviously, if you've got a nice green that you feel will coordinate in, use that. But if you don't and you want to have a look for one, that is the one that, and that's the same one that I used in the last card as well. So that, if anybody wanted to know what that one was, it's exactly the same. So let's put some tape on there. And then this is really going to add to the illusion then of those flowers being into that aperture, because I'm adding another layer of tape on there. So when I put that on there, you can see those flowers really look now as if they are in that aperture. And then I'm going to add some butterflies. Now the butterflies, right, you've got them so that like you've got the side profile, and you've got those in 2 different sizes. But what we're going to do, we're going to put a little bit of glue. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on my hand. And then I'm going to take one of the bigger ones and flip it. Okay, so this is printed obviously with the mirrored vignette. So that's how it is. So I flipped it round, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the body. And then I'm going to glue them together. And then where's my tweezers? So I now have oh, a whole butterfly. So we're gonna stick that there. So now I'm gonna grab my pin flare and I'm gonna pop that one there. And then just give these a little bit of shape with your hands or use your mat and your ball tool. We're gonna pop that one there and then this teeny tiny little one. Oh, let's just give him a bit of shape. And then we're gonna put him just there by the sentiment. So he looks as if he's on that sentiment there. So you can see it's just another way. And obviously you could do that exact same style of having those flowers within the aperture, but you could use that with, you know, other floral dies you've got. You could do that with, you could be changing that and putting Christmas in there. So you've got, for me, Clean and Simple kind of gives you the basics that you can use with so many other collections, but it also gives you all those niceties as well to make those amazing cards. So we are going to jump to Bunny, and Bunny is going to show us around the boards again, so you can see exactly what it is that you're getting in the set. So you can see you've got the card base, so exactly as I've been showing you, you've got the base, you've got the mat and layers in there with those two aperture styles in there too, so you can really mix and match those up. Plus you've got the essentially the waist, you've got those tabs there and that you'd use in other collections, your lavender, you've got your flower pot in there and those butterflies in there too, which just looks so amazing when you bring them all together with these flowers. I love that they've given you two different colorways. We don't normally do that, do we? Oh, Penny's just told me there's three. I thought there was only purple. So you've got purple, the yellow and blue. Actually, Bunny's not sure, so I'm just going to pretend it's just. Yeah. Oh, anyway. And then you've also got your stamps in there as well. So you can see you've got your lovely list of sentiments in there. You've got birthday wishes, well done, good luck, enjoy your day, with love, thinking of you, happy anniversary, so sorry, just to say. And you've got your lavender and those butterfly stamps as well. So you can build up your backgrounds with those and they work really well. We've also got the papers in here, so you can get these if you want to get some extra. It's item number 250822 and they are $14.99. Even if you are slightly thinking, oh, should I get some more of this cardstock? I can guarantee you when you get the kit and you see the cardstock, you'll want to get some more. So if you can add it in to your order in one, I would 100% recommend it. It is the absolutely lovely cardstock. It's that perfect shade of green. So you will use it with other collections as well. It's just that staple piece for you. And then we are going to go through some more of the design team samples for you as well. So you can see different ways the design team have used them, which I think is so lovely to show as well, because the Clean and Simple is it's so lovely to be able to show you how many different ways the design team have used it, but it's still, you know, they've gone away from what it was kind of meant to be. So you can see they're building up those florals. Oh yeah, there must be, because that one's got 3 different colorways on there. Wow. Bringing in the pot. I love that look with the sentiment next to it. And you can see how the stamps have been used there with the butterflies in the background. And then you can see they're using background papers, bringing in the florals. They just look so pretty. And adding in the tabs there in the aperture as well. Some dots around the around the corners. They look so pretty. They look so different as well. Like that purple one we just seen compared to this one. This one looks so fresh and summery. The other one looked more like autumny style to me. And then this one looks so clean and simple, so lovely. The butterfly there just sitting on the flower. They just look so pretty. So many different ways. A big thank you as well to the design team. Obviously, I do try and always say who has made what card. Obviously today's show is a little bit different, so thank you to the girls on the design team that did these cards. They are really, really pretty. I am going to grab another demo for you guys. Let's do this one. So let me just get all these bits out. Right, so car base. So we're starting off exactly the same. I'm using that outside matte, that outside layer dye to make our car base. Now, obviously I'm using these as a card, but there's absolutely nothing stopping you. If I grab, where is it? A 6x6 card. There's absolutely nothing stopping you using it as matte and layers in the center of a card. That looks pretty like that. Like you've got that lovely border framing it. Obviously, I do the natural on there because you can see the difference now, can't you, in that natural and that white. But there's nothing stopping you using them. If maybe you're looking at this and you think, I love the style of these cards, but they're too small. I don't make small cards. Absolutely nothing wrong with using them as matte and layers. Look, that's a 6x6 card there. So you can see how that would just fit on there perfectly for matte and layers. So don't be put off with that either. Right, let's add this in. I gotta say, Bunny, this is the cleanest my desk has looked for such a long time. I thought, well, if everybody that's watching is going to see my desk, I thought I better give it a bit of a tidy up. Oh, Bunny's just said it's really weird just seeing my hands and not seeing my face. Oh. Aww. Well, we'll be back to normal. Normal shows will resume next week. So let's add this one on here. So I've got the next layer to go on there. Now the next two I've done in that same blush, so you can see even doing them in the same colorway, you can still see how detailed the dye is. They work really well. Now I'm going to leave that one there because we need to stamp that before I stick it in. Otherwise I'll stick it down and I'll forget to stamp on that. So let's add this one in. Now I am using the tape, the foam on the roll, which does come in the kit, but don't forget you also get pads in there as well. So you get 2 different size pads. So if you want to use the foam pads, you can see the different size. You get the bigger ones and you've got the smaller ones in there. So they're going to be perfect for decoupage if you want to use them for them, or any small little areas where you want to just put some support in. They're going to be perfect for that. So right, let's add this one in, and then we need, Bunny, you're going to pick a sentiment for us again. Oh, hang on. Right, so we need one to go there. So birthday wishes. Let's go for that one then. No. Birthday. So I'll stick that on there. And then let's do I was gonna no, I was gonna do a purple, but I don't know if it'll stand out a bit too much, so we're gonna stick with the green. So add that on there. And then I want this to go on top of there. So we've got that. So let's bring this in, and then we can stick this on to the next layer. Oh, I'm going to be close there. But I love the fact that obviously because we've got that aperture built into the die, but because of the shape on it, you know, like I think I've used it in a different way. So like this time now it's going to be on the bottom. The last time we did it on the top. The other one was on the side. You know, you could move them around because the shape, it's got no right or wrong way round, if that makes sense. So you can really mix and match them up. So let's put that in. So that is just going to sit there like that. And then we're going to grab our florals. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build this up. So I'm going to start in the center, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in there like that. So I'm going to cut the stem off of this one like that, and then that is just going to sit like that, so it looks as if it's almost like coming out. Actually no, I'm going to tuck it in like that. So let's put some, and if you're doing something like this, pin flare is absolutely your best round, because I always end up like tucking things in and moving things around, so you're never stuck with your pin flare. You can always lift things up, move things around. And now this one is gonna go about there. So let's add there like that, and then I'm gonna do the same then on the other side to really build this up. So that's just gonna sit there. And then let's grab some of our lavender and let's add these in. So these, they are obviously it's lavender, and like I said, I don't know that much about flowers or how these would grow, but these to me are like the perfect little tuck-ins. Do you know if you've got any flowers to add in that's got the slight bit of purple in that would work with these? They're like your perfect little tuck-ins for any of your floral displays, because they'll just fit in and they just build your bouquet up. So let's add, I think I have to cut that. Let's add one in there like that. But you can see just adding these in, it just adds like another layer into your flowers, and they are so pretty. The artwork on these ones, I think it's because of the colour, do you know, because of that really dark purple and then that really, really bright yellow. They just pop so much. They really do catch your eye, don't they? And let's add that in. And then they do look, Bunny's saying they look very realistic. And then I'm gonna just keep trying to build this up. I want this one to really kind of have that wow factor, because I just want to build these up and make a really nice display that is just gonna pop. So it really does look as if that's kind of like popping out of that paper. So let's add some more in there. And then obviously you've got the decoupage as well for these florals. So they really, really do just look as if they are popping out of the picture. Oh, do you know what? I wonder if anybody's going out celebrating this weekend, because it was the exam result day yesterday, wasn't it? It was exam result day. Well, my son's he's doing his his GCSEs next year, but this year was, I don't even know how it works now. So this year was like 50% of it. So I thought, like, obviously he wouldn't have any results or anything. But they do. So they mark them exactly how they would their normal exams. But it counts towards 50% of next year. So yeah, so I had to go down to school yesterday, and he was so nervous, bless him. He was so nervous, but to be fair to him, he did really, really well. And there was one subject he was petrified doing the exams and doing the work. He was absolutely petrified doing it. And he did try really, really hard for in this subject, and he was 4 marks off getting an A star on so he was I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to be so happy, but he wasn't. He was gutted that he was 4 marks off. But yeah, he was. But yeah, he did okay. But I wonder if there's people out celebrating this weekend. But you can see how stunning that looks. You can build them up so much. Obviously, I've used 3 flowers there, and then I've used 3 of those butterflies to added in that decoupage in there, and then added some lavender dotted around. But you could see how easy, and that to me is such a standout card. You could make that one and then do another one in the yellow, do another one in the blue. You could do the exact same card, put them in a little pack, because obviously you can make and sell with carnations. So you could put 3 of these in different colorway in a pack, and they look as if you have been sat there for hours making these, because they look so effective when actually they've been so incredibly easy to make, because obviously carnation dyes do all the work for us. Really, really pretty. Right, let me grab another one. Oh, we got plenty of time. Oh, no. Bunny's just told me we are almost, it's 70% of the stock of this now has gone. So everybody is loving it just as much as me. It's quite nice to do a clean and simple show, because obviously not normally Dawn does our clean and simple shows, and she says it's a nice little change. Yeah, hopefully she is all better now. Let's add some tape on the back of here. So I've got the base that I've used in the green cardstock. I have been using this as the base. This cardstock is a stronger weight than the blush. So if you're thinking, is this the same as the blush, but obviously in green, it's not, because this is 350 GSM. So it's a really, really nice weight cardstock, especially for your card bases. It's going to work perfectly. It does still die cut though, like a dream. So like when I was doing it, there, where we did it as the base, as the mat to go on there. So you can see it's still die cut, lovely, but it is 350 GSM. Right, let's add in our next layer. So that blush cardstock coming in there. And then let's add a, oh, do you want to pick a sentiment again, Bunny? Can you even see the writing then? Okay, come on. Thinking of you, she's going for. Let's put this one back. And what I would do is just use like a microfiber cloth or something and just wipe your stamps before you put them back on, because then you'll get any of the excess ink that's left on there. You'll get that off there. It's one of those do as I say, not as I do things, because then you won't get green ink all over your fingers then, like that. And then you won't get inky fingers on stuff, which I'm amazed, to be fair, I haven't done. Bunny's agreeing as well. Right, let's put this in. So I'm going to use that same green again. So if anybody missed it, it is the Distress Oxide peeled paint that I'm using to stamp, and I'm going to stamp this one on the bottom right there. So you got Thinking of You. So let's add in some tape so we can raise this level up. And then we can put this on there. So let's just peel these off. And then down. So this can sit there. Now you can see I've missed a layer on this one, but I think that still looks really effective. Having that extra gap, you can really see the detail in like the corners there, and it just brings that aperture out more. Obviously it still looks really pretty either way, but it's just another way of using it. You can see how almost just a little bit more subtle that one looks. So let's grab some of our flowers and some glue. So let's add these in. If ever I'm doing florals and I know I'm going to add decoupage, I always make sure I'm putting the glue on the flowers, because that's where that decoupage is going to go. So if I missed that and then added glue on, it's just going to sink in. Whereas now, when I put the glue on here and put that there, I know that there's glue under it, so it's going to stay up. So just be a bit mindful of that when you are gluing your decoupage in. And then let's add another one there. And another one here. And then I'm just going to add in the decoupage on here. So you've got decoupage there for the leaves as well. So we're going to add them in. Oh! And then I'm going to add... Keep dropping everything, yeah. Alright, let's add some butterflies. So I'm going to add one there. And I love the fact that you've got these in different sizes, because they can easily fit in to your little displays that you want to make, or any florals that you might have at home. These are definitely going to work with them. You can just add these, they just fit anywhere. And you've got that movement as if like he's come in, look, and he's getting ready to land on his little leaf. So you can see. You like to test me, Bunny, don't you? Hang on, 1, 2. I do. There you go. So you can see just different ways of using them. And like I said, I love the fact that you can actually move the layers round. So you can have the aperture going down one side, you could have it on the top, you could have it on the bottom, you know, you can have it on this side. So you can mix and match those up like that. You can also use those tabs as well, completely on their own if you wanted to, because you will get the tabs from them. Let me just move these. Oh, right. So you can tell I've been in there, can't you? So you've got, obviously you are going to get it in your lovely storage folder. You do get a lovely card on the front as well that gives you an idea of what you can make. Plus you have a full content list there as well, so you can see exactly what it is that comes in the kit. So you've got your dies that are going to be here. So these are stuck on this side ready for you to use. So you can see the apertures are built in, okay? So you don't need to worry about trying to measure out where this aperture is going to go. They are built in perfectly for you. So when you run these through your die cutting machine, cut those out, you can see you are going to get perfect mats and layers every single time with these without worrying of trying to line up that aperture die. That's going to work there for you. But you've also got these tabs in here as well, so you could use them just to stamp a sentiment on and go with another collection. Obviously you can use it with these as well. You can see your flowers, your butterflies, and your lavender. And then if I move over here, you can see you've got your sentiment, you have got your floral and your butterflies as well. So you can use them for building up the flowers with the dies, or you could use them to go in and make backgrounds with. You can stamp onto the green card on you as well, because it is a matte finish. So your stamps will sit there. Now in here is where your tape and your foam on a roll and your foam pads, they are going to sit in there. So everything is built in for you. And then tuck in the back here, so you can see you've even got your little corner bit there for easy access. You've got your blush cardstock, and you've got the most stunning green cardstock in there as well. So you can see it is matte finish. So if you want to use your stamps onto that, or you want to stamp onto that, you can absolutely do that, and that will take that for you. So you've got everything in there that you need. Bunny is going to run us through the boards again, so you can see exactly what they look like, all cut out there ready for you. So you can see you've got your card base, you've got your mats, you've got those layers in there with the aperture built in, plus you've got those little corner cutouts in there as well, which I think would be lovely for Christmas cards. I know it's a bit, well, it's a bit early for me, but Christmas cards I think you're going to be able to use this for. You've got those tabs in there, plus you've got the lavender, the butterflies in there, and you also get the decoupage in there for the leaves too. And then you've got your florals, which is just, they're so detailed, they're so vibrant, they really stand out just on their own. They look amazing. You've got 3 different colorways on this one, and you can see you've got the decoupage there as well for those flower heads too, so they really pop. You can really build them up. Then we also have in here your stamps. So you're going to have the lavender stamp, plus you'll have the sentiments in there as well. So you've got the butterflies, the lavender, and the sentiments, which are Birthday wishes, well done, good luck, enjoy your day, with love, thinking of you, happy anniversary, so sorry, and you've got just to say. So you've got a really nice mix in there of sentiments that will obviously fit into those tabs or the apertures. And then we've also got the papers. Now, this is item number 250822. They are 14.99, and this is my new favorite cardstock. This is my new color. This is my color this is the card that you will see me using for the foreseeable. Just so you know, in every demo you see for the next couple of weeks is going to be this color card. It is so pretty. It is like the perfect shade of green. It's 350 GSM as well, so you can do absolutely anything with it. The cardstock is going to take it. It's a matte finish, so you can stamp on it, emboss it, sand it. It is just a perfect cardstock for you. Now, me and Bunny have mentioned it is bank holiday weekend this weekend. So I have been told that I am allowed to mention, because I've asked this a couple of times. Um, does it start tomorrow or today? So tomorrow, do you know what? Actually, I'm not going to say that much. All I'm going to say is tomorrow, you need to come on to our website and have a check, or have a check on Facebook, have a check on Instagram, wherever it is you follow us. You need to just check in with us tomorrow. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Um, Now, if you do want to see some more of the Clean and Simple range, obviously Dawn was not very well at the start of the week, but she is going to be in Hobby Maker tomorrow. What time is she going to be on? 1 and 4. So she'll be on 1 and 4 on Hobby Maker tomorrow. And then I am going to be back up I'll actually be at Carnation next Thursday. So you can see me and Bunny again next Thursday. And um am I allowed to say anything about her? Bunny's saying no, I'm not. But just trust me, you do not want to miss next Thursday. Do not miss next Thursday. Make sure you're subscribed. You've got the newsletter. You check everything, because you do not want to miss next Thursday. Oh, okay. So maybe if you're a late person like me, or if you're in the States, from 12 o'clock UK time tonight is when you need to come back and check. So you might want to get in there early, or you might, so you don't miss out. But yeah, have a look or have a check in the morning, but don't miss out on checking back with us the weekend. Right, I hope you all have a lovely bank holiday weekend. The sun is shining, so I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you next Thursday. From me and Bunny, bye for now.